we are going to look at the 5 largest homes for sale in Tippecanoe County. This is as of June 10th, 2024. And I'm not even sure what the average size houses in Tippecanoe County is right now with all the construction. I would hazard a guess that it's somewhere in the 2000s, only from the perspective of there are so many older homes that are only 7, 8, 900 square feet, so they bring that average. They're going to bring that average down, but a normal house for years and years was about 1,000 square feet, give or take, and then it was about 2,000, give or take. 3,000 is a pretty common number these days, and 4,000s are not uncommon. But this week, the 5 largest homes for sale in Tippecanoe County. The smallest of the 5 is just under 5,400 square feet, and the largest is 8,202 square feet. So I thought that we would just go live through these listings together and check out what the biggest houses in the county look like. So let's dive in, but as we do that, hit the like and subscribe button. All right. 5. We're going to start at the 5th largest. 4, 5. Let me get into this. All right, here we go. So the first one is on North 400. So that means it's 4 miles, 751 North 400. So it is 4 miles north of the zero line of 26. It is in the Klondike School District. You can go to Harrison here. And here's some pictures of it. Let's check this guy out. So this house, I guess before we dive into the pictures, how big is this guy? So interestingly enough, I think the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. I think the smallest that we're going to look at tonight is actually going to be the most expensive. So there's a interesting dichotomy for you. So 5,356 square feet. Here's the map. You can see it's just here off of 400 North. Let's pop into the aerial view, and you can see it's set in the woods here. Got a little bit of privacy. And I'll go back to the road map. North 400. No, we're missing. Okay, so that's going to be 400 West. Okay, so it's just a little west of West Lafayette here. You can see West Lafayette and Purdue. So just a little west of town. $1,499,000. So if you got some change in your couch, now's the time to dig it out. And let's see what that $1.5 million buys you for a total of 5,356 square feet. Now, the way that it's done up is there's a difference between above ground and below ground, finished and not finished, but this is a total finished square feet. So there we go. I've glanced through these quickly, but haven't looked at them in a lot of super detail. I thought it'd be fun to go along together. So drop in the comments what you think about this as we go along. But looking from the outside, this doesn't strike me as huge. Maybe that glassed-in porch there and the 3 stories in the back has something to do with it there. We'll zoom through some of the shots that don't tell us as much. But, yep, we've got the large entryway. Lots of built-in cabinets in the kitchen. The large eat-in. Anybody lining up to buy this? If so, give me a call. I can help you out with that. I kid. Not really. Um, yeah, so nothing about this house so far is really striking me as ostentatious. I mean, here's the primary suite. I mean, certainly large and large bedroom and large walk-in closet, large primary bath, but certainly nothing beyond. I mean, the number, it's almost become the default. The soaker tub and the rain shower, shower. That's almost a standard feature these days. The number of just, average run-of-the-mill houses that have this is high. I mean, I'm not saying it's 100%, but it's high. Big walk-in closets, of course. There we go. That's what's really contributing, I think, to a lot of that extra square footage. It doesn't just have a back deck. It has this back sunroom, this enclosed deck. I mean, calling it a deck is probably doing it a disservice, but I mean, instead of having to sit outside, you have your glass-covered atrium. It's really kind of beautiful. I'd enjoy that. The spiral staircase really adds a touch to it. Fireplace. Yeah, so this is the 5th largest home in Tippecanoe County right now. We've got the pool room. That would be billiards, not swimming, of course. The required treadmill. And the lovely fire pit outside. So that is all the pictures of the 5th largest house in Tippecanoe County as of right now, it is June 10th, 2024. Really didn't think that was that crazy. There weren't any layouts there, so it was really kind of hard to see we didn't really get to see how it all went together. But yeah, I think that the outdoor porch that isn't an outdoor porch whatsoever really kind of contributes to that. $1.5 million. So if you're interested, if you want 5,356 square feet, just a few miles west of Purdue, shoot me a message, 765-413-6190, or you can leave something down in the comments and get a hold of me. Hit that like and subscribe button while we're at it. All right, let's check out the 4th largest house in Tippecanoe County right now. So number 4 has a battleground address, has 10 acres. It is 5,504 finished square feet, so just a shade bigger than number 5. The 10 acres really adds a lot. There's an in-ground pool, a large pole barn, half of which is climate controlled, picnic shelter, a shed, a playhouse, an authentic train caboose. And I hope there's pictures of that in here. And you have a permanent easement, a gravel lane that leads to the driveway. So let's check this out. If you were to live here, well, let's look at the map first. This is actually Harrison High School, despite the battleground address. So here's the map. Zoomed in, we'll look at the satellite view again to start with. So there's your 10 acres. It's a long, narrow 10 acres, if you will. Not exactly sure how this works. A lot of time when you see these rectangular cutouts out of a field like this, you don't see the farmer still farming the lands. So don't know what the arrangement is there. Might just be a lease back because they're not using the land. Maybe it is the farmer's family that lives there. Maybe this adjoining property line has something to do with it. But there's the... Okay, so it's just off of Pretty Prairie, where Pretty Prairie runs into Grant, just north of the Wabash River. So that's why the battleground address. But battleground's actually down here a little to the southwest. It's just a little north of Americus. So this is kind of on the opposite corner of the county from house number 1. All right, let's check out the pictures. So this one is 1.25 million. So you got about $250,000 savings off of number 5. So if you didn't quite want to spend $1.5 million, you can spend 1.25. All right, so exterior twilights. So being a realtor, these pictures bring something up, and these actually, as you'll see, have labels on them. So exterior twilights. So there's a fine line that photographers and realtors have to walk with photography. You want to make the house look good because you're selling the house, but you also want to make sure that it looks accurate. And so this twilight picture is a good example of, how do you get that twilight look, and how much editing, is real. Does the house really glow like that? Yeah, probably not. I'm not saying it doesn't, but, certainly the photography takes it a little to the extremes. So exterior, there's a little more realistic shot there. So a little mix of, in the aerial shot, we can see looking down, it's got the curved drive with the large garage. Here's the pool back here. Yeah, I have a feeling maybe that property line that we were looking at might be a little wacky. Certainly would be something to check out when we want to go make an offer on this house. So when you're ready to go, we'll check that property line. Front porch, lovely. Everybody loves sitting on a rocker on a front porch, right? Yeah. The doors, the entryway is a little more impressive on this one. Love that window wall. Would not love cleaning that window wall. The overlook from the second floor gives it the really open feel. Formal dining room. How many of you all sit in the formal dining room on the regular? Does anybody? I know that we do, but we don't have the formal dining room. We just have the dining room. I know, it's always a big debate. Like, it's tough to sit down together all as, as one family at the same time and eat. Everybody's running in different directions and even having the time. And so when you do, it might be in front of the TV. But, some houses have the formal dining room and other areas to eat and have the eat-ins and whatnot. But just an interesting thing. Family room. Yeah, see, this one's already feeling a little more spacious, even though it's only 100 or 200 square feet more than the other house that we looked at. What do you guys think so far? Would you go with number 1 or would you go with number 2? Screened in back porch. I mean, this is not the grandiosity of that windowed in deck of the first house. Now the pool, that's my speed. Well, I mean, to be fair, the pool is less my speed as if there was a hot tub. As my wife would say, I like my pool water to be a little warmer than bath water. But I mean, that pool does look rather refreshing. And we might have even looked at this house in our pools video not too long back. I'll have to look and see how long this one's on the market. The pool full bath. Now that is a pretty cool feature. So this apparently is a bathroom just for the pool so that you don't have to walk through the house in all your wet clothes. A problem I know that we have in our house is I find soggy carpet as my boys run through to go change. Primary bedroom screened porch. You can have your own private screened porch for your own bedroom. The primary, all those windows, again, beautiful to look out of, a pain in the butt to keep clean. Yeah, that shower behind the glass brick wall is just absolutely gigantic. And you can enjoy taking a bath there with the windows. I would assume that if anybody was around, you could close the blinds. So far, the votes are leaning towards number 1. Anybody for number 2? Boy, That bath is huge. Then we start moving into the secondary bedrooms and baths. We'll zip through these a little more. A square rectangular bedroom is not nearly as interesting as the fascinating other areas. There's that overlook. The basement, I believe. Yes, the basement. Helps if I would read the captions. So the last one came with a pool table. This one has the tennis table. Tennis table. Tennis table. There's a tongue twister for you. Oh, there you go. There's the pool table. I believe this one actually is billiards. It actually has the bumpers on it. I don't honestly know all the difference between all those games. That laundry room. Is this laundry room or craft room? Because, I see laundry in a workspace, and I see a printer or a cry cut or something in the sewing room. So it's an interesting combination of things together. That picnic shelter, that's a pretty unique feature. If you like having people over and being outside, that's pretty cool. There's that pole barn. They said that half of it is heated. Wow. This is the workshop side. And that's the storage side. Wow. I'm not quite sure how to tell the difference. They're both pretty workshop-y. That's pretty impressive. The playhouse. If the kids don't have enough room in the 5,000 plus square feet, you can send them to the playhouse. Or the caboose. This is fantastic. Buy a caboose, get a house. And the path in the back. Coming up on the end. That is the end. So there you go. That is the fourth largest home in Tippecanoe County this month. And while we're getting ready to go to the next one, hit that like and subscribe button, please. So this one was $1.25 million. It's only been on the market for 2 days. So this is not the swimming pool that we looked at the other day. It just looks familiar. I guess once you've seen one pool, you've seen them all, maybe. All right, we're going to go on to the third largest house in Tippecanoe County. It's on Sumac Drive in Happy Hollow Heights. So we're getting a little closer to town with this one in West Lafayette. It is 5,664 finished square feet. 4,500 of those are above ground, and 1,100 of those are below ground, with another 120-ish unfinished square feet below ground. Let's pop into the map. But boy, this is not quite in the middle of West Lafayette. It is just north of Happy Hollow Park here. Let's pop into the satellite view. You're going to see lots of trees. There's the West Lafayette Municipal Pool down here, Happy Hollow Park down here. Zoom in and check this guy out. I'll actually pop into the satellite view because we're in town, or into the orthogonal view because we're actually in town here. So there you go. Let's go to the road map again just to put this in perspective. So we spent the first half of the program talking about a whole lot of downtown stuff. Here we go, downtown Lafayette right here. So just a couple miles from downtown Lafayette, there's Rossade and Mackey Arena. It's probably only a 3-mile drive, 5-minute drive to Purdue. All right, let's go check some pictures out. So this, as I said, 5,664 square feet. Yeah, a little blockier looking from the outside, maybe. Keeping in mind that we are in town. We don't have 10 acres. How much is the lot size? It's only a 1/4 acre. So just a normal lot size. Check it out. There's the outside. All right, it's got a pretty impressive kitchen. I love living rooms with lots of windows on them. But I'll say it again and again, I love looking out of them. I don't want to clean them. We hire somebody to clean them, maybe. Who here has window cleaners that come and take care of your windows for you? Anybody in the chat? Yep, that room with that window looking out from the upper story is pretty cool. Lots of areas to lounge here. We've got the deck looking out into the woods. Look at all those windows. I almost want to count them. There's so many of them. I mean, like, the entire side of the house is almost coated in windows. That's pretty impressive. I love the wrought metal work on the staircase going up. Really gives it some personality. Not a fan of the TVs over the fireplace just in general. I'd be perfectly okay with my formal living room not having a TV whatsoever. I like the idea of a separate formal living room and not having a TV. And in my rooms that do have TVs, I don't want to crane my neck to watch it. But there we go. I'll go off on one of my things again. This fixture over the island is pretty sweet. It's an interesting. The house was built in the 60s. I wonder if this was the original layout of the kitchen. I'm betting not. It's a kind of interesting combination that, you know, you've got this large space, but it almost still feels like a galley style kitchen with this long narrow aisle here. I mean, if you look back here, we can see there's actually stools at this breakfast bar. So interesting layout choices, as they say. I mean, I don't hate it. It's just interesting to have that large of a kitchen area and have it still be compact like that. Good and bad. I mean, you know, the old theory of the kitchen triangle means that you don't have to move as much. There's the eat-in right there. Large pantry or closet. Not sure which here. Don't have the handy-dandy labels we had on the last one. Another view of the deck. More decks. So that second floor there, that's probably the primary suite deck that we were talking about a few minutes ago. They really do a good job here of featuring how large this open area is. Yeah, I mean, that's just huge. Look at the bed and the sectional and a sitting chair as opposed to a not sitting chair. A not reclining chair and a recliner. There's some serious space in there. And there's the deck. You can see the handrails out through the glass panes on the doors there. Yep, again, what did I say? Soaking tub, rainforest shower. I don't know if it's got the actual head in the... I say that for a lot of showers, and they really just happen to be big showers with a regular head. All right, that's one of the more impressive closet setups that I've seen, but really it kind of just comes down to the fit and finish of the shelving accessories on the wall there. You know, so many of these large closets that we see, they still just have the pedestrian, you know, basic builder style closet hardware in them. So you wind up with this big space that just basically has the wireframe shelving that you'd find in, you know, in a basic home, and it just doesn't really kind of match up. Just going to a little bit of wood really kind of makes a difference there. Anybody here got a closet this big? I don't. Moving on, we get into some of the secondary bedrooms, which we didn't talk about how many bedrooms were in each of these houses. We're just talking about size here this week. Yep, secondary bedrooms are boring once you've seen the cool stuff. Getting close to the end. Here we go, under the deck with the large pavers. So there you go. That is the third largest house for sale in Tippecanoe County. So let's pop back through this real quick just to put a little more context. So this one is 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths. The fourth biggest was 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and another 2 half baths. And the fifth biggest was 4 bedrooms, 4.5 baths. All right. counting down, we're heading to the second biggest house in Tippecanoe County. And while we do that, hit the like and subscribe button. So the second biggest house in Tippecanoe County is 6,584 finished square feet, just about 1,000 square feet larger. So a pretty significant jump from number 3 to number 2. It is currently on the market for 73 days, so about 2.5 months at just about a cool $999,900. Somebody said on that last one might be the size of most of my rooms. Yeah. If you live at a older home and in a normal home, some of these walk-in closets, yeah, they're definitely as big as some homes. I mean, the national homes in Lafayette's kind of famed for them. Some of them are only 700 and 800 square feet. If your walk-in closet is 20 by 10, that's 200 square feet. I mean, you're at the quarter of the size of some of these homes, but hey, to each his own. All right, so second biggest home, as I was saying, just under $1 million, 6,584 square feet on 2 acres. This one's over on Stacy Hollow, in the Stacy Hollow subdivision, which is over on the east side of town. Let's pop into the map. You can get some context for where it's at. So first, there's up close. We'll pop into the satellite view, and you can see all the lot lines here. This one's tucked in at the end of a cul-de-sac, and has lots of woods. They built it into the trees. They didn't clear cut the trees before they built these neighborhoods. So a little east of town, there's Stacy Hollow, Wildcat Creek right here, just around the corner from East Tip and Hershey. There's both forks of the Wildcat. There's 26, so just a little northeast of town, and is pretty common for the houses kind of in this area. So this one is 6 bedrooms, 4.5 baths. Let's see, anything interesting in the notes beyond that? Nope. Let's pop in. So, yeah. Loading a little slowly there, but we're here. Okay, so we are looking at a brick house this time. I believe there's an appropriate song, but we won't play it. We don't want to get taken down for copyright or left. Oh, come on, it's funny. It's the only kind of jokes I got. But the back is still siding, maybe vinyl, not sure, but that deck's pretty cool. Like a 4-car garage. There's the lot lines. We'll start getting inside here in a moment, I believe. Almost a third of the way into the... We are a third of the way into the pictures, so... There's the living room. Kind of the modern chateau style going on there. Maybe farmhouse style, I guess, might be more correct with that color palette. The grays. Yeah, not a lot of inside pictures going on this one. There's one of the rooms. No context for where this room is at. It's got a curved wall with some interesting wall treatments there. I'm assuming this is an upstairs room. Just popping back, I see what looks like some sort of a hip roof skylight here. Definitely some bold color choices. And I tell you what, color shouldn't scare you away when you're buying a house. You should buy a house for the bones, for the walls, for the foundation, for the roof. You can always change the color of the walls. It's just a can of paint, so don't let that scare you away. If you got a cool $1 million sitting around, let's go write an offer and buy you some paint. Looking down, again, it's kind of got that French style finish. on the fireplace there. I guess if you're a lawyer who likes a traditional wood-paneled office, this is for you. That is a rather impressive looking bathroom with a lot of open space, keeping in mind the camera lens sometimes widens things out or narrows it down a little bit. But what's going on here? I mean, that's a bathtub with its bookshelf there, so you can sit there and read. And I see the shower back here, and I see a walk-in closet over here. But what is this door here? I have no idea what's going on in there. Is that maybe a sauna? Somebody said I only have dad jokes. I would posit that all I have are jokes. That dad jokes are the definition of jokes. So you don't even need to put dad in front of it. Like, if you've got a funny joke, it is by definition a dad joke. And if the joke isn't funny, it wasn't a dad joke. Because dads are the funniest people around, right? All right, that sweeping staircase at the entryway with the glass double doors, that's pretty impressive. This house is definitely worth a walk through to kind of put everything into context. It's really, really hard to get context from just a bunch of pictures sometimes. See how this all relates together. Pretty cool looking game room downstairs. You've got the kind of modern open beam style with some fillers for the roof to bring some sound deadening into the room with the fireplace there. And probably TV was back here on this wall. So we've seen table tennis or ping pong. We've seen pool and billiards. And now we've got air hockey. I think we have run the table on the tables. Funny. Yep, definitely was set up as a home theater. Check out the little popcorn machine there. This glass door is kind of done up like a little shop. Doctor of osteopathy, dentist, and surgeon. So I was going for a little theming there. Yeah, I think this room here might be virtually staged. So that's something that happens now. You can actually take pictures of an empty room and have AI go in and put in furniture for you. I got to say, I'm not a giant fan of it, but there are people that have a hard time conceptualizing how things fit into a space when it's completely empty. So they like a little bit of context for how things fit. So like, if it works for you, great. But I do like to see the pictures where you see the before and after. You see the ones that are not staged, and then you see the ones that are staged. So you can get a good concept of what the room looks like, and then get a concept of what it might look like with stuff in it. But I think this is all virtual. Not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure. So we've seen 4. This brings us to the end. I do rather like that brick wall. I'm not sure if that's a faux brick wall or not. I think it might be, because looking here at the side profile, that might be the beams. Definitely hanging pictures on a brick wall. But, it also makes you wonder, is this actually a bedroom? I don't know. Call me up, schedule a showing, let's go see it. And then you can buy it. So that was the second biggest home. So we've done 5, 4, 3, and 2. So that means that now you need to go hit that subscribe button before we go down to the biggest home for sale in Tippecanoe County, June 10th, 2024. All right, you ready to see it? This one is, sit down for it, 8,042 finished square feet. Almost 6,000 of them, 5,942, are above ground. 2,100 of them are below grade, basement or walkout sort of thing. And then there are another 100-ish square feet of unfinished area, likely where the mechanicals are. So this one is priced at $1.149 million. So a little more expensive. So the biggest one is not the most expensive, but it is more expensive than number 2 and number 3. Let's see. $1,149,900. The headline on this one is that it is priced below its assessed value. Any guesses for what its assessed value are? So if the house is listed at $1,149,900 and it's priced below its assessed value, what is its assessed value? Let's see some guesses in the chat. Anybody? No, not $2 million. You're too high. Yeah, it's a closer spread than it kind of makes it sound like. So it's priced at $1,149,900. It's assessed at $1.173. So it's only about $23,000 cheaper than its assessed value. Not sure it's actually that much of something to write home about on a percentage basis. All right, what else do we want to know? They claim it is 19 minutes from Purdue and 6 minutes from I-65. 3.25 acres. It's got a circular drive, all brick front elevation. It's got a foyer, 30-foot wooden beam ceiling, another wall of windows. Shocker there. What else? Well, we're going to go check this out. I think we've hit the highlights. Let's take a look at the map. 6131 Songbird Trail in Norfolk Crossing. So this is, again, in that same neighborhood. When we pop into the map here, we'll actually see the Wildcat Creek hanging out here on the right side of the map. There's Stacy Hollow. That's where we were just looking. I mean, I tell you, it's, that's what this area of town looks like. We'll pop into the aerial view. Looks shockingly similar. Look, big house, lots of trees around. There you go. All right, let's pop back out into the map view, and we'll zoom out, give you a little context. So we were just looking at Stacy Hollow. This is Stacy Hollow. This is literally down the street. I mean, it's basically the same neighborhood. It's not the same neighborhood, but all right. So there's the map. Let's get into some pictures of a 8,000 square foot home. Anybody think that the pictures are going to look drastically different from any other homes that we have looked at? Waiting for everybody to drop their answers in the chat, and I think the chat's a little behind me right now, so just pausing for a second here. Some yeses, some nos. I get the feeling, I would guess that these pictures are going to look no different than everything else that we've seen. It is really, really hard to show the context of a house in pictures. Seeing some layouts and whatnot do give a little bit of context to the house. I was just trying to pop in here and see if there was any layouts, and there are not. So this one does have some information attached to it. Well, let's check this out real quick. So the 12-month average for electric, so this is the 12-month average, is only $145 from Tipmont. And for gas, the average is only $252. I'll tell you what, for an 8,000 square foot home, that's pretty good. They've got a pretty efficient setup going on there. I mean, no surprise in a large house that would be, weather sealed well with great efficient appliances. So that's pretty cool. They've got 2 new tankless water heaters. I've never actually experienced a tankless water heater like living with one. Anybody watching have one at home? If you have one, do you like it? Or do you not like it? I mean, I think the idea is that you're supposed to have endless hot water. I just wonder what the balance is on the endless hot water versus the gas bill to pay for all of that. So let's see, what else? Road was repaved last year. Hey, maybe we'll see it. This one comes with a pool table and a foosball table. So we hadn't run the table yet. We were missing foosball, but we're going to see it now. So let's go check it out. Let me get back to the pictures. Back to the pictures. Check it out. So there we go, all brick. Lots of windows. 8,000 square feet. Lots of pavers on the drive. Yep, big windows. Seeing a theme here. Families that have budgets for window washers. Or they put their kids to work. Do your kids do windows for you? I'm not sure I'd want my kids to do windows. I don't want them broken. I like them all in one piece. Yeah, that living room's pretty impressive. I really kind of like the overlooks. But it does, at the end of the day, look like a big living room. Okay, this is an interesting one. This is the formal dining room. And I think they've made a good job, done a great job here of making it not feel like a formal dining room, like it's, somewhere that you might want to actually go sit and eat and not be all stodgy and stuffy. The table and the light fixture and really, I think, kind of contribute to that. So that's a great opposite of what we were looking at earlier as far as formal dining rooms are concerned. It's just a dining room. Not so formal. Well done. Powder room. 4-poster bed in a bedroom that I don't think is the primary. Maybe it is the primary, because look here. We've got the 4-poster with the fireplace here in the corner, and then we switched to this other view. And I was going to say, I think this is the 4-poster over here, and then this is their sitting area, I think. And down that way is their primary bath. That looks impressive. I wonder how open this really feels. It feels rather open, but it's really kind of hard to tell. I mean, just miles of open space there. I mean, I don't know. Really kind of feels inefficient to me. But, I mean, having space is not a bad thing either. Gigantor shower, of course. Lots of glass. Goodness, that is a big one. Yeah. And of course, the kitchen with the pro level appliances. Look at that. 29 burner. I joke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 or 10 burner stove, judging by the knobs here. And that professional gigantic refrigerator. Impressive looking kitchen. Oh, okay. It's okay. It's got the ovens underneath. So, yep. Wolf, of course. Fridge doesn't look so big. I wonder if that first picture was stretched a little bit. Is that possible? Maybe. Maybe the picture's a little wide. Not sure. This is one of those, that's definitely the caveat of, pictures don't necessarily tell you all of the story. Oh, even more built-in ovens and warming trays and whatnot. The less formal dining and living area. So, they've kind of done an interesting thing. They've got the eat-in and a little den area set up right adjacent to the kitchen. And I guess when you have 8,000 square feet, you can do that. I love this room. It is a not boring secondary bedroom. You've actually got some windows going on here and some built-ins. Again, 8,000 square feet. You got the space to do this. Has its own ensuite over here. You can check that out. With the Subway style tile. I mean, it's not, I don't think it's Subway tile. It's larger than Subway, but the white really actually reminds me of like a Subway station, not restaurant. Lots of windows in all the bedrooms, apparently, with very fancy showers. Yet another bedroom with bay windows. I guess everybody gets a bay window. Pretty cool. It's got its own ensuite again back here. We're coming up on the end. There's the pool table and foosball table. We have seen all the tables. And an outside view. And that is all of the pictures. So, which one are you buying? And while you're buying, are you hitting the like and subscribe button? The answer is yes. Yes, you are. So we have the 5 largest houses for sale in Tippecanoe County. Let's run them down again real quick. So, the 5th largest at 5,356 square feet on North 400 for $1.5 million. The 4th largest at $1.25 million had 5,504 finished square feet. 3rd largest, 5,832 finished square feet at a discount price of $799, only $800,000. The 2nd largest, over on Stacy Hollow at 6,584 finished square feet, $999,900, or a cool million, or 8,202 square feet at $1.1499. I see some votes for the first one. By first one, I think you mean 5th most expensive. The first one that we looked at, right? I think that's what people were saying. I kind of liked that one, but I tell you what, if I got to pick a house, I think I'm going with the pool. But that's just me. I know you can add a pool to any house. Well, you can't add a pool to any house. You can't add a pool to those houses in West Lafayette. So that's at Lafayette Live for June 10th, 2024. If you've enjoyed the content, if you've enjoyed the show tonight, take a minute and hit that like and subscribe button. Go check out all the rest of the content in our library. We have a large library of videos about Lafayette, about things to do in Lafayette, the coolest and tastiest restaurants, about the most interesting houses in Lafayette, about real estate, about buying a house, how to buy a house, the actual houses in Lafayette, just a giant library that's there. And if you want to take a minute and go check all those out, that'd be awesome.